It's time now for Anderson Speedway's Track Talk. Catch up with everything that's going on at Anderson Speedway with Rick Dawson and Gary Mong.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at. We appreciate you spending some time. This is Anderson Speedway's Track Talk with Rick Dawson and Gary Mong. We are currently at the Mounds Mall Special Event Studio.
That's the Mounds Mall.
Yes, it is. It doesn't seem to be teeming with shoppers, though, tonight for Christmas season.
Maybe they got burnt out from the weekend.
Well, I understand that because of the Thursday stuff, now Friday's not as good, and they're complaining. Why don't we just not worry about it?
I know it. That could be your soapbox at another time, because I know you could spend a half hour just on that.
I know. Thanksgiving is an important holiday, and it should be spent with your family.
That's right.
But we had a great Thanksgiving. Started out bright and early Thursday morning.
We did.
Really early, 6 o'clock down at the Geter Center with Jim Warner and the whole group. And he called me yesterday to kind of give me a little report. Fed 1,240 meals.
Wow.
Thursday.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic.
That's a lot of turkey.
Yes, it is.
But they had the whole crew down there. We were there early. Our jobs are early, and we kind of then get out of there and let the whole other crowd come in and serve it. And they had a bunch of folks down there, and it would sound like it's successful. Brother Jim was on the radio all morning.
What I'm impressed with, and we were kind of talking about this when we were sitting there Thursday morning, is the young group of people that are coming in and helping on this now. It's kind of real satisfying to see that the young generation is coming out there and supporting his cause.
You see, I mean, it's the way that it's supposed to be. It's the way this world's supposed to be. You see all ages, all income groups,
right.
all, color is nothing. I mean,
right.
Colorblind. I mean, it is just so
together.
cool. Everybody coming together for a common cause, and it works.
It does.
And it could carry over into a whole lot of other things in this country. Folks would just listen, but that's another soapbox I could get on.
You're right.
Maybe a long winter.
It might be.
But we had Thanksgiving with our families then, and then we got ready for a big day on Saturday. Turned out as a nice day. It was a little breezy, but it was warmer, and that was
sun was out.
The sun was out all afternoon, and we had a great pit full of cars.
We had them from all over the place.
Over. We had them from Kentucky. We had them from Ohio. We had them from all over Indiana, Michigan,
Illinois.
We had all those mini cups came down from Michigan.
And actually, two of those guys, as I looked on there, that two of them actually come up from Florida. The Pritchett, the gentleman that won, the young boy that won, they were actually from Sycamore, Florida, I believe. So
pretty cool. We had 5 feature races.
We did,
and they all went really well as far as I'm concerned. I got to depend on you. Of course, everybody knows that flagmen and race directors are blind. So you'll have to sort this out, folks, and try to figure it out. But I didn't get to see many of the races for a couple different reasons. I mean, we were short-staffed,
right? And
so I had a lot of other things to do. Plus, I don't like cold weather real well, so I tried to stay where it was warm
hibernate, did you?
As much as I could.
Thanks.
But we started out with the street stocks. Of course, we didn't qualify.
Right.
We just had draws. And we had a decent field of street stocks for this time of year, and what I understand was a really good race.
We had
a familiar name came out on top.
Yeah, we had a veteran that's never raced. I think the way he, in his post-race interview, had never raced on a track smaller than a half-mile track. Has never raced on a quarter-mile track and come up from Louisville, Kentucky. Well, I think he's come from Jeffersonville, but a very familiar name was
from
folks.
Southern Indiana, actually down around Corydon, North Salem.
North Salem,
actually.
Will Kimmel, and who's a veteran
familiar name in racing.
Yes, and that his father is. Is that his father?
His father is Bill Kimmel, who is the brother of Frank Kimmel,
who everyone well knows. I think he's the winningest driver in ARCA.
Yeah, but everybody knows Will Kimmel just as well too. Not only in ARCA, but I believe Will's raced nationwide and NASCAR trucks also.
But he and Josh Poor put on one heck of a battle, and Josh, they both raced real clean. Josh was right on him the whole time. waiting for that little bobble from Will. But Will acted like he had raced there for years, because, I mean, he figured that track out the minute he got there. So he put on a great show.
I went up. I seen him back at the Tech together, and they were talking. Bill was actually talking to Josh, and I told him, I said, "Boy, you beat the best that we had to throw at you with Josh
yes.
today." So, and Josh is tough to beat on our track.
He sure is.
Everybody well knows. So, congratulations to them. And a little bit of trivia. Will's grandfather, who would be Bill and Frank's dad, actually raced in the Little 500
right.
back. I believe Bill told me back in the 60s.
Early 60s,
so, yeah,
yes.
So Bill and I talk every once in a while, and it was pretty cool that they came up here. That was actually their motor that they had blown up during the Halloween race, I think he said. And they got back together, and it was really just bringing it up here to shake it down, and ended up winning the race.
They did. They shook it out pretty good.
Congratulations to Will Kimball. Josh Poor was second. Willie Dehart, there's a name
yes.
from the past I haven't seen for a while, was third. Corey Adams and Josh Ebert finished in fifth place. And then we ran Thunder Cars.
We ran Thunder Cars. And
you need to talk into the microphone. It's right down there.
I know it is.
Turn the microphone up.
It won't stay up. It keeps flopping down.
Then you need to scorch your chair.
Okay. Anyway, we had another veteran driver. We hadn't seen him in the winner's circle for quite a while, but another veteran driver. I think he was racing in his daughter's car.
Yeah.
Okay. He was out there racing his daughter's car, and that was Ricky Tharp. And he came out victorious in the Thunder Car feature.
Beat Austin Russell, Ricky Martin, Paul Glintzer, and then Rodney Milner, and a couple of winners. And Rodney doesn't normally race. I think that was only like his third race. And Paul, I think, helps Charlie and Jeff. And that was Paul.
That's Paul. Yes.
PG, that's right.
Well, I see him in a driver's suit. I go, "What are you doing in a driver's suit?"
That's right. That's it. Now it all makes sense, because I seen him in a driver's suit. Well, he helps, I think, Charlie and Jeff quite a bit, and so they just put him in Jeff's Thunder Car, and he went out there, and I'll be danged if he didn't finish in fourth place. I see him at the race. He was just
beaming fuzzy. Yeah,
Premier
Paul's
deer.
a big supporter of our McGonigal late models. He's always out there on our heat races and always gives the drivers an extra little bit from winning the heat race. So Paul's been a great supporter of the track.
Front-wheel drive oval, we had a bunch of those in the pit.
And they came from all over the place.
Yeah, Mount Washington, Kentucky, Muncie Anderson, Newcastle, Floyd Knobs, Indiana, Fortville, Louisville, Kentucky, DeGraft, Ohio, Richmond, and again we had another first time to be at the track.
Yes.
Won the feature and beat a really good competitor.
Yes, he sure did. I think his name is Ethan Pope, and he was one from Ohio. I think he said he runs. When I talked to him down to the winner's circle, I think he said he runs Shady Bowls, where he usually races, and come over to try his luck at Anderson Speedway. Said he loved it, loved the banking, loved the track. And you're right, he did beat one of the best that races in the Pro Compacts at our track, and that's Chris Jennings.
And Larry Hughes was third. Ricky Puckett out of Louisville was fourth, and Adam Lee, who is one of our regulars, finished in fifth place. But we had almost 20 cars show up for the front-wheel drive oval, and I didn't get to see the race. Was it close? Was it a good race?
It was a close race. They had to race through a lot of traffic, but it was a clean race. Really, all of our features on Saturday, Rick, were all clean races. Not really any major incidences all day long. So it was a good day, but great racing.
You don't reckon the absence of points and pressure has anything to do with that, do you?
I have no clue.
You're right. Forever. And then we had
you're right.
We had a lot of cars. This is probably the most cars we've had in a front-wheel drive figure eight in a year or two. But we had 14 start it, and a veteran of figure eight racing came out on top of it. How was that race?
And that was great as well, too. And like you said, a veteran, and Ronnie Phipps, who's raced about everything you can think of at Anderson Speedway. But talking to him when he did finish and win the figure eight, he says, "I came out here to have fun, and I had a blast," is all he had to say. So Ronnie comes out there and has a good time. But he showed some of the other guys who are not familiar with our figure eight course there. And like I said, we had a lot of them. We were kind of wondering how this one was going to turn out, because we had so many different tracks racing in it, but they did put on some good crossover action, and but Ronnie come through the pack there and showed them how it was done.
4 out of the top 6 cars were from Louisville, Kentucky.
Really?
That tells you anything. And I did get to see a little bit of this race, and I think it was at the start, and I can't remember what car, but he had brakes, but he didn't use them very much and made it close at the crossover. And I mean, a couple of times he split hairs.
I think it was the one. I don't want to say the one car.
Might have been.
Yeah.
Might have been. Yeah, I think it was the one car. Dale Pickett, he's from Louisville, but he made it.
He did.
He put some excitement in it. But Ronnie Phipps got another feature trophy. Ricky Puckett, Trevin Henson in the orange pumpkin car,
right.
79. Corey Harmon and Alan Miller were the top 5 in the front-wheel drive figure 8.
And Corey Harmon, I think if people recognize that name, he's a familiar racer in the outlaw figure 8s or the winged figure 8 cars down in the Jeffersonville area. So I'm assuming that's the same gentleman.
We Tim Phillips has got a group of mini cup drivers who he brought down. He was a little disappointed in no more than he had, but we did have a half a dozen show up. I didn't get to see any of these races, so you're going to have to tell me.
This one was a great feature. The top 3 that you see up on there, Rick, and I can't see them from here, but
Jared Pritchett, Matt Kemp, and Elliott Pritchett.
Those 3 put on one heck of a battle. I mean, it was side by side, nose to tail. They did a lot of drafting, but Jared came out victorious. Jared's only a 14-year-old young man, but yes, but he has won at the track before, and I asked him about how he likes racing here, and he says he absolutely loves it. So I think making a trip all the way from Florida to come and race at Anderson Speedway says a lot. That those little mini cups, I'm telling you, they put on some speed. Usually flag them down there at the bottom, got someone that does the lights because they can't hardly see you since they're so far down to be able to look up at you. So stand along there, and I'll tell you, you just don't realize the speed that those guys have, especially when they draft. It's great to watch them.
Have you ever sat in one of those cars?
I never have. Have you been in one?
I did. I sat in it, but I could not get strapped in and buckled in. I mean, you actually almost lay flat on your back, and so you have to bend your neck up to be able to see out. It's one of the most uncomfortable cars I ever sat in, and I don't know how them guys do it.
I don't know how they do it either.
Especially the bigger adults, because most of the time you do see kids in it, but there's a lot of adults that run it, and I don't know how they get comfortable. I guess they get used to it.
But to see someone like him, and he's not very big, wasn't a very big young man, but 14 years old, but I guess he's the way he talked in his post-race interview that he's going to move up into late model racing. So hopefully he'll be successful.
From mini cups to late models.
That's what he said. We'll see.
Well, you can get all this information off our website, of course, at AndersonSpeedway.com. And also want to remind everyone that now is a good time to get your advance purchase tickets for next season. I've got the schedule, and we'll talk a little bit about it after the break. The schedule is I'm going to try to get it typed up tomorrow so Jessica can get it up and posted probably by Thursday. But the schedule's about done, and we've got, again, probably close to 50 events.
Wow.
And this is a great value on these ticket purchases. You can get 20 tickets for $140. That's only $7 a race. And 10 tickets for $80. And not only that, I met with our good friend Dan Redmond today with the Vors Pro Compact Series, and he actually owns Noble Romans, a Noble Romans place. And if you buy a ticket pack, you also get a free pizza. So,
oh, that'd be great.
What a deal!
Yes.
So,
thanks to Dan. Yes.
Yeah, so Dan, and I got a lot to talk about that meeting too on the second half of the show. But go to our website, get this information. We're already started selling these packages. They are very popular, and I can tell you we sold a lot of these last year, and it does me good. You know, a lot of places that sell gift cards and gift certificates and everything. That's actually, especially in retail, that's actually a revenue source for a lot of these places because a lot of times they don't get used up or get used. I got to tell you, after the several hundred, maybe there was even 1,000, I don't remember how many we sold last year, but when it was all said and done after last Saturday, there were only 3 tickets that had not been used out of these ticket packs.
So you were able to keep count of that?
We keep track of every ticket.
Wow.
There was only 3 tickets not used, and I am not disappointed at all because we got money and somebody didn't use it. That's not the way I want it. It tells me that these folks want to come out and watch racing, and so that it's a good deal. Come out and get these tickets. They're good for any race during the season except for the Red Bud and the Payless Little 500. So come out and get these ticket packages. Jessica's at the track from 10 to 4 daily through Christmas. So you can get them anytime, or you can call and we can take care of it over the phone. Either way, we're not tech savvy enough to do it on the internet. I don't know why, but
we'll figure it out.
It might be because we haven't had time.
That could be too.
We've been very busy, and Amy's been very busy with sponsorships. Some new sponsorships coming on next year. It's going to be absolutely a blast. So.
By the way, I don't know.
You took a deep breath like you're going to say something.
I was going to. I didn't know how close we were to break, but I didn't know how the Toys for Tots turned out at the track.
That turned out really well,
Good.
too, and thanks to all of our fans and competitors for that. But we filled up over 2 boxes full of toys this year, and, I mean, we've filled them up. So
good.
That's pretty cool. The Marine Corps League and Salvation Army are very appreciative of what our fans done this year again.
We had several race drivers there, too, with their cars.
Yeah. And the autograph session went well, and, of course, Santa was a hit. And everybody sat on Santa's lap, got their picture taken, and that was pretty cool, too.
Did you sit on Santa's lap?
I did.
Did you really?
I did.
Poor Santa.
Santa and the cart he was on, we had to have some repairs. But we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the schedule for next year and a couple other things, rules and those kinds of things. And how many times do you think I'm going to say those kinds of things?
You just did it for the third time.
As many times as you say We'll be back after this quick break.
When I was a boy, we had family pitch-in dinners on Sunday, so I knew on Saturdays Mom would be in the kitchen baking pies, and especially sugar cream pies. I will never forget pulling a chair up to the table. I always turned the chair around back so I could perch on my knees while watching Mom take her fingers and flute the pie crust. You know, that little squiggly thing all the way around. And of course, after the pies were baked, we would beg and plead with Mom, only to have her put her foot down and say, nope, we were not going to get any pie until everybody came by tomorrow. But on Sunday at the family gathering, that first bite of pie was always worth the wait. Mom's a little older now, but that doesn't mean we can't enjoy freshly made sugar cream pies together. Now, instead of Mom making them, I pick up a Wix sugar cream pie. They use simple, fresh ingredients because of Wix rigid freshness standards. The wholesomeness and taste of their pies is better than Mom's. But don't tell her I said that. Now you can pick up a Wix sugar cream pie at most of your local grocery stores. Just look for them in the frozen dessert aisle. I'm Brownie, and I can honestly say about Wix pies, you don't just eat them, you enjoy them.
Heart attack? Stroke? Serious injury. A sudden health crisis can happen to anyone, at any time. So when bad things happen, choose good people. St. Vincent Anderson Regional Hospital has the area's most advanced emergency care, with a state-designated Level 3 trauma center, an internationally accredited chest pain center for heart attack patients, and advanced certification for primary stroke care. We have all the resources to deliver the care you need for any serious or life-threatening emergency. St. Vincent Anderson Regional is the only emergency department in the area with an on-site helicopter. And our $27 million state-of-the-art surgery pavilion opens later this year. Bad things can happen to anyone. Thankfully, good people are ready to help. Choose emergency care from St. Vincent Anderson Regional, the spirit of caring. Visit stvincent.org/Anderson Regional to learn more.
Honey, stop! Oh my gosh, that's Diggity's back there.
You mean the new Diggity's Frozen Treat Factory?
I heard it's unbelievable. Everybody's talking about it. They have everything yummy.
Yeah, I heard they have ice cream, yogurt, custard, sorbet.
And gelato, plus fruit smoothies, and that's just the beginning.
I heard Diggity's has over 250 toppings, not 30 or 40 like those other places, and you can even get the candy to go separately.
We can eat outside on their huge patio by the fire, too.
Okay, let's see. Frozen yogurt, ice cream, custard, sorbet, and gelato with 250 toppings? Or a plain old frozen yogurt shop with limited toppings?
Diggity's it is!
Diggity's wants to cater your event. Diggity's can set up at your event inside or out and provide delicious smoothies, frozen cappuccinos, candies, and frozen treats to your guests. Diggity's is perfect for weddings, company picnics, group outings, sporting events, festivals, you name it, just call Diggity's. 765-393-0033 today for more information.
MoFab Incorporated, where imagination is the only limitation. We serve residential, commercial, industrial, and municipal customers as your metals warehouse and fabrication center. We do all types of fabrication using the latest technology with unmatched speed, accuracy, and durability on any substrate. Our ornamental division handles all types of interior and exterior work, including rails, fences, gates, and more. So contact us at mofabbing.com to fabricate your dreams of tomorrow today.
This program is a presentation by Anderson Speedway. The content contained in this program is that of the host and guests, and not this station.
Rush.
Wow, I wouldn't have got that one.
No.
No.
Rick Dawson, Gary Mong, welcome back. Anderson Speedway's Track Talk.
Toontag style.
Got you tonight.
You did. Right
Something
off the
about
bat.
you rushing back into the studio. And
Here we
you didn't
go.
pick up on it, did you?
Here we go. I think that's. Oh, okay. Now
we're back and going to talk some racing here tonight. There's several things getting ready to coming up this weekend. Is probably one of the biggest late model shows in the country. Down at Five Flags Speedway in Pensacola, Florida. It looks like the weather's going to be good. I know a lot of folks from up here are going down to the Snowball Derby this weekend.
Great show.
Tim and his group down there put on a heck of a show, I'm told. I've never been able to go, and this year with the wedding and everything coming up, I'm
better not
going to miss it again. But we're going to see Tim next week at the PRI show. But that's this weekend. Down at Pensacola, Florida, and I'm sure we'll be talking about that next week.
Yes.
A lot of names. Eric Jones has won it twice, I think. I think he's the defending champion, if I'm not mistaken. Chase Elliott has won it, and a lot of familiar names are going to be down there. So I guess Speed 51 is going to be doing a simulcast on their website. So if you can't go, you can watch all the action on speed51.com. This weekend.
They even have a big race on the Saturday before, which is the Snowflake. It's a 100-lapper, but I'm telling you, they get a ton of cars just to get in that race.
I don't know if I'd want to win a race that's got flake in it.
I don't know, Rick. The show they put on down there, like you said, I've been to it several times, and it's absolutely fantastic to see. It's a great facility, great track.
Next week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and I believe you can still go online register, but you'll have to pick up your credentials at the door. The biggest racing trade show in the country. I shouldn't really say. Well, I don't know what SEMA is considered out in Las Vegas, but it's big, folks. It takes up the whole convention center. The Performance Racing Industry Trade Show begins next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday down at the convention center in Indianapolis. Anything, anybody in racing that you want to see or know is going to be there. So make sure you're down there. And I think this weekend.
It's the third year back in Indy now, isn't it?
Yes. And then I think, the only bad part about being in Indy, now we don't have an excuse to go to Orlando in December. And then I think this weekend, if I'm not mistaken, is the NASCAR Awards out in Las Vegas.
It is.
So you can tune into that this weekend if you want.
I think it's on Friday night, if I'm not mistaken, on that one.
Probably is.
Yeah.
I probably will be watching The Big Bang Theory.
you and Sheldon.
and I guess I should mention that you can be an Eagle Scout and still be not too bright, as I proved very well last Saturday.
Twice this week.
after the races, and several people have asked. In the garage, I went to get a extension cord out of the cabinet because Granny had fixed us all a big beef and noodle dinner, which I thank you very much.
Yes.
And the extension cords, Kenny put tie wraps around them. Well, I got my grandpa's tool chest, which I have there in the garage, and I couldn't find the wire clippers, so I got his old pocket knife out. And being the good Boy Scout, Eagle Scout that I am, I got the wire tie off, but I also took off almost half my knuckle. Could not get to stop bleeding even after I got home, so I had to go to the doc in the box and get me 6 stitches.
Now, you want to add to that story what you did the Monday before that?
No, that's enough.
Same finger?
People don't need to hear about my trials and tribulations. I want to say also a very happy anniversary. We talked about Jim Warner earlier, but I talked to him yesterday, and yesterday was Jim Warner and Daisy's 58th wedding anniversary. So congratulations to Jim Warner. Great people, great family. If you ever get the chance to know them. probably ought to say hi to Aunt Jenny while we're saying hi to folks.
Hello, Aunt Jenny. Got
And
to see her at Thanksgiving, and it was great to see her.
Libby and Louie and Lauren Dawson for 2 more weeks, and Dan Cobb at home. The wedding is a week from Saturday.
Is that going to be hard for you to call her new name?
I'm call her what I've always called her.
Honey.
So,
good lady.
We got that coming up a week
lady.
from Saturday. It'll be the only time that I'll ever do this, and hopefully the only time she'll ever do it. Or they'll ever do it, I should say.
Yeah,
so,
there you go.
So that's a big event getting ready
In
to
her
happen
life,
in the Dawson.
sure is.
What else? There was something else I was going to talk about.
The schedule.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's kind of important, isn't
The
it?
2015 schedule.
The schedule is now complete. I think I've talked to everybody today. There may be a couple of things that I add. I don't see anything being taken down. So tomorrow morning I'm going to work on getting it typewritten out and get the division schedules and the point races and the links to the races and everything done. And hopefully by Thursday we'll have it posted on the website. We've talked a little bit about some of the special events. We are opening up March the 28th. Pardon me again with the Outlaw Figure 8 cars.
Okay, good.
I'm doing this by memory because, of course, I forgot to bring the sheet. We have, right now, I have 16 late model races, 15 street stock races. I think there's 14 figure eights, 16 pro compacts, and I think there's a dozen Thunder Roadster races.
Wow.
On top of all those, we've got special events. We've got the must-see Racing Wing sprint cars coming back in.
USSA sprint cars.
The USSA sprint cars coming in.
Mel Kenyon midgets.
Of course, the Payless Little 500 is May 23rd this year.
Yeah.
The Red Bud is
back in July.
The weekend before the Brickyard.
Okay.
We have a special 2-day Wars Compact Series event coming up in August. August the 8th and 9th, we have the CRA Street Stocks and the Vors Compacts, which will be Challenge Series with their North and South cars on Saturday. And we have another division there. And then on Sunday, we come back and we're going to run the second half of the Challenge Series and CRA Late Model Sportsman.
Oh,
that's pretty
fun.
cool.
Yes.
April the 25th, we have a double header with not a 2-day show, but that night a big show with
something you've never done before.
CRA Super Series and the Glen Nibel Classic with the USSA non-wing sprint cars.
That'll be a great show.
That'll be one that everybody will be talking about.
Yes.
All winter. Labor Day weekend, I still haven't got that one finished yet, so that one's up in the air. We got 4 weekends, and actually there are 5 in October. We're going to race at least 4 of them. 5th weekend, we're working on a big Halloween production out the track, so that's going to be fun. Now that I got the schedule done, Amy is putting together the sponsors she already got a lot of the sponsors, but putting the sponsors together with the events, and that's always fun.
Can you name real quick some of the new sponsors coming aboard, or are you not quite got that all finalized yet?
Well, I could if I could remember them.
Oh.
Just know they are, and she tells me, and then
you forget them.
I try not to use as many brain cells as I have to because I don't have that many.
You heard that, folks. He admitted it.
So we got a big season coming up,
yes,
2015, and we've only got 3 short months to get ready for it.
And it'll be here for you know it.
CRA is going to Watermelon Capital Speedway at the end of next month. Their schedules for both of their divisions, maybe all of them are on their website, CRA-racing.com or something like that. You can Google it in. Don't forget your advance ticket packs. You can get them at the track Monday through Friday from 10 to 4. We have used up our whole 30 minutes. We're going to have a special guest in the studio next Monday. Don't forget to, or next Tuesday, next week's show. And so don't forget to tune us in. We really appreciate you spending the time with us. We'll be here again, same time, same stations next week. Have a great week.
The preceding program was a presentation by Anderson Speedway. The views, opinions, and commentary were solely those of the host and Anderson Speedway and are not endorsed by Whoop Boom Radio, this station, or personnel.